For years, people have been told that many natural remedies are useless, that if something is simple, inexpensive, and traditional, it cannot possibly be powerful. And according to traditional healing philosophies, this way of thinking has slowly disconnected modern people from many practices that were once considered normal parts of daily health. One of the most controversial examples is baking soda. Now, immediately, many people hear the words baking soda and assume this has nothing to do with health. They think about cleaning products, cooking, or something sitting forgotten in the back of a kitchen cabinet. But for generations, different cultures around the world have used baking soda in simple wellness practices connected to cleansing, odor control, digestion, skincare, and body maintenance. And despite how simple it sounds, people continue talking about it because many claim they notice real effects. Now, before going further, it is important to say clearly that baking soda is not a miracle cure, and people should never replace professional medical care with internet health advice. But the reason this topic keeps spreading online is because many people feel frustrated with modern wellness culture. Today, everything feels complicated. Every problem becomes another expensive product, another subscription, another supplement stack, another treatment, another chemical solution. And many people are beginning to question whether the body sometimes responds better to simpler habits than constant overload. This is especially true when it comes to chronic inflammation, fatigue, body odor, skin irritation, stress, poor recovery, and the feeling that the body simply does not feel clean or balanced anymore. According to traditional healing systems, the modern body is constantly overloaded, overstimulated, overprocessed, overmedicated, overstressed, and slowly people begin feeling disconnected from their natural state. This is why simple rituals often become psychologically powerful, not because they are magical, but because they force people to slow down and reconnect with their body again. One traditional practice that continues appearing online involves soaking the feet in warm water mixed with baking soda. Now, scientifically, the feet are not pulling toxins out of the body in the dramatic way many internet videos claim. The body already has organs responsible for detoxification, especially the liver and kidneys, but many people still report that warm foot soaks help them feel calmer, cleaner, lighter, and more relaxed after stressful days. And there are logical reasons why this may happen. Warm water increases relaxation. Heat improves circulation temporarily. The nervous system slows down. Muscles release tension. And for many people, the ritual itself becomes deeply calming. Modern people underestimate how much stress lives inside the body. People carry tension constantly in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the stomach, in the nervous system. And because modern life moves so fast, many people rarely give themselves moments of physical stillness. This is one reason practices like baths, saunas, foot soaks, massage, stretching, and slower nighttime rituals continue surviving across cultures. The body responds strongly to relaxation, and according to traditional Chinese medicine, the feet are considered deeply connected to the rest of the body through energetic pathways, sometimes described as meridians. Again, modern science and traditional medicine use different language, but both recognize something important. The body functions as a connected system. This is why many people notice that when stress improves, digestion improves. When sleep improves, inflammation improves. When the nervous system calms down, the body often begins recovering more efficiently. And this is where modern lifestyle creates a major problem. Most people never truly relax anymore. Even at night, the nervous system remains overstimulated. People stare at screens until midnight. They consume endless information. They carry stress from work into bed. They sleep poorly, wake up exhausted, depend on caffeine all day, then repeat the cycle again tomorrow. After enough years in this state, many people no longer remember what calm actually feels like. This is why slow wellness rituals become so emotionally powerful for some people, because they create interruption, a pause, a signal to the body that survival mode may finally be slowing down. And this matters more than people realize. Today, many people are constantly inflamed, exhausted, mentally foggy, emotionally drained, and physically tense. Not necessarily because something catastrophic is wrong with them, but because the body was never designed for nonstop stimulation 24 hours a day. Traditional healing systems understood rhythm much better than modern culture does. There was time for work, time for rest, time for digestion, time for sleep, time for recovery. But modern life blurs everything together. People eat while stressed, work while exhausted, scroll while lying in bed. And slowly, the nervous system forgets how to fully shut off. This is why practices that seem simple can sometimes feel surprisingly powerful. Not because they are magic, but because simplicity itself has become rare. Even sitting quietly with warm water for 20 minutes feels unusual to modern people. And yet many people describe feeling noticeably calmer afterward. Now, one reason baking soda became popular historically is because it is alkaline. For decades, people discussed acid and alkalinity as if changing body pH dramatically could cure disease. Much of that internet discussion became exaggerated. The human body tightly regulates blood pH naturally. However, baking soda still continues being used in small wellness practices because of its cleansing properties and its interaction with water. Some people use it for skin irritation, others for odor control, others in baths or foot soaks, and many describe the experience as refreshing and relaxing. Again, not magic, not a miracle detox, but a ritual that makes the body feel cleaner and calmer. And psychologically, rituals matter far more than modern people realize. The human nervous system responds strongly to repeated calming behaviors. This is why nighttime routines help sleep, why meditation helps anxiety, why slower breathing can reduce stress responses, why stretching before bed feels calming. The body learns patterns, and when those patterns repeatedly signal safety and recovery, the nervous system slowly changes. Traditional Chinese medicine has emphasized this idea for centuries. The body heals more effectively when balance returns, not when stress constantly dominates every system. This is also why many people feel physically older than they actually are today. Not because aging itself suddenly changed, but because modern people live under levels of chronic stimulation and stress that previous generations never experienced continuously. People are mentally overloaded from the moment they wake up. Notifications, noise, pressure, comparison, financial anxiety, social media, artificial light, poor sleep, processed food, constant tension. Eventually, the body begins reflecting that pressure externally. The eyes look more tired, the face looks more inflamed, energy disappears, sleep quality worsens, recovery slows down, and many people begin searching desperately for complicated solutions when sometimes the first thing missing is simply restoration. This is why traditional wellness systems often focused heavily on simple, repetitive habits, not because ancient people lacked intelligence, but because they understood something modern culture forgot. Small daily behaviors shape the condition of the body over time. Not one miracle solution, not one supplement, not one trend, daily patterns. This is why many people who begin improving sleep, reducing stress, slowing down their evenings, eating more naturally, hydrating properly, and creating calming rituals often notice major improvements in how they feel physically and emotionally. Their sleep deepens, their mind feels clearer, their body feels lighter, their stress becomes more manageable, their face looks healthier, and they stop feeling trapped in constant exhaustion. Now, this does not mean warm water and baking soda suddenly transform health overnight. And it absolutely does not mean people should believe every dramatic detox claim online. But it does reveal something important about modern life. People are desperate to feel balanced again. They are tired of feeling overstimulated, inflamed, exhausted, and disconnected from their own body. And sometimes the practices that spread most aggressively online are not really about the ingredient itself. They are about the feeling people are chasing. Calm, recovery, relief, stillness, balance, things modern life constantly removes. So if you constantly feel exhausted, tense, mentally overwhelmed, emotionally overstimulated, unable to relax, or disconnected from your body, it may be worth looking less at extreme solutions and more at the daily habits shaping your nervous system every single day. Because healing is often less about finding one miracle and more about creating an environment where the body finally feels safe enough to recover again. And according to traditional Chinese medicine, that is where real restoration begins.